Hey everybody, Matty here with Altcoin Buzz. Happy Monday. Hope your weeks are off to a great start so far. And for me, it's a very nice Monday indeed. We have some very favorable breaking news regarding our friends over at Chiliz and a new partnership that they've struck up with Binance. This is big breaking news, as perhaps you've already seen by now. It has translated into very positive price action. We will be discussing that. We'll also be taking a look at Zilliqa and those unbelievable staking numbers. StormX is also in the news, as is a very positive sentiment on the part of JP Morgan analysts. They're suggesting that this latest and ultimately very conservative foray into Bitcoin by MassMutual, that $100 million, is ultimately a very conservative move by a very conservative company, right? Life insurance. And therefore, this undeniably signals a widening in the interest that institutional legacy firms, investment houses have in Bitcoin. Guys, if you like this kind of content, Bitcoin, blockchain, and cryptocurrency, be sure to like and subscribe. We are starting with the breaking news at Altcoin Buzz IO here on Twitter. Huge news for Chiliz, CHZ, and PSG, JUV, and other fan tokens. We should see BAR and other tokens there as well soon. Great job, Alexander Dreyfus and Chiliz. Congrats to Binance, CZ Binance, Changpeng Zhao, for being the first to list the top football teams. And so that very good news is that Binance is going to be listing Paris Saint-Germain and Juventus fan tokens in the innovation zone on the 21st of December. Here we have at Chiliz on Twitter. We are extremely happy to announce a new strategic partnership with Binance. And as I've mentioned, this has already generated a lot of positive enthusiasm. As you can see here, Chiliz, ticker CHZ, up 12.1% on the day, now at about 1.4 cents. That is up 13.3% over Bitcoin on the day, which is actually a little bit down right now. Let's take a look at the press release here on medium.com. Ahead of the game, Binance announces new strategic partnership with Chiliz. So here it is in a nutshell. With Binance Launch Pool, users are able to acquire new token rewards in return for staking different tokens. And the first Socios.com partners to benefit from Binance Launch Pool will be Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, and Italian champions Juventus, JUV fan tokens. Users are going to be able to stake BNB, BUSD, or CHZ tokens into separate pools starting on the 15th of December at midnight UTC, all the way to the 14th of January 2021. And here's what the CEO of Binance, Mr. Changpeng Zhao, had to say, quote, Chiliz became a part of the crypto world through fan tokens, which has shown huge potential in bringing crypto to mainstream audiences all around the world. We're delighted to welcome Chiliz to the Binance ecosystem and look forward to empowering both fan engagement and crypto adoption among a captive audience of billions. Responding here is Alexander Dreyfus, the CEO and founder of Chiliz. Quote, Binance has been a strong supporter of Chiliz since day one, but this new partnership really seals our original vision of tokenizing the sports and entertainment industry over the next 5 to 7 years. In just 3 years, we have already established ourselves as the leading force in this space, but this partnership gives us renewed strength and credibility to create the leading global fan engagement and monetization ecosystem. At Binance here on Twitter, proudly promoting the recent developments, introducing Juventus FC and PSG Inside fan tokens on Binance Launch Pool. You can farm JUV and PSG tokens by staking BNB, BUSD, and CHZ Chili tokens. AltcoinBuzz.io has you covered. You can also read about the development here. Binance and Chiliz announced a new strategic partnership. This article by Deepika. Sports and entertainment entity provider Chiliz is now a Binance partner, and by being a partner of the Binance ecosystem, Chiliz fan engagement and crypto adoption is expected to expand tremendously. I think we're only just at the very beginning. Think about it, guys. Right now, sports are shut down, not entirely, but relatively anemic versus what they used to be kind of pre-pandemic, pre-COVID, and Chiliz is very much the leader in this space. Once things kind of, flourish out and return to normal, I think that they have really every reason to be the leaders and the dominant force, Chiliz that is, in the sporting space. And whether your jam is football, European football, American football, other sports, whether, it's car racing or athleticism or all kinds of different things, singular sports, team sports, I mean, there's so much potential right here. We are only just scratching the surface. So check out Deepika's article, guys. And once again, kudos to Alex and our friends over at Chiliz on this development. A hearty congratulations on the Binance partnership. Well done. Okay, the scuttlebutt over at JP Morgan is that they are excited about the latest $100 million investment by MassMutual. Let's investigate here. At CoinDesk is tweeting, JP Morgan analysts have said life insurance giant MassMutual's recent $100 million Bitcoin investment is a sign of growing mainstream acceptance for the cryptocurrency. This is all according to Bloomberg, who came out yesterday with this piece here. JP Morgan says MassMutual's Bitcoin foray signals widening demand. And why wouldn't it? As we covered Max Kaiser's quote about how MassMutual really represents the most conservative investment class possible. These guys aren't high-risk hedge fund venture capitalists. They are a life insurance company. And so if these guys are getting into Bitcoin, it would stand to reason that just about everybody should incorporate either Bitcoin or cryptocurrency at some level into their portfolio. MassMutual's Bitcoin purchases represent another milestone in the Bitcoin adoption by institutional investors, according to one strategist. Quote, one can see the potential demand that could arise over the coming years as other insurance companies and pension funds follow MassMutual's example. And don't forget, it's not only MassMutual right now that we have on board. In the context of the broader ecosystem, yes, you have the Grayscales, you have the Microstrategies of the world, but you also have BlackRock, you also have PayPal, and now add to that MassMutual, a life insurance company. And I have a bit of a sneaking suspicion that they won't be the last of their ilk to enter this space. Just, an opinion. I can't necessarily back that up because I think people are playing their cards close to their chests right now. But mark my words, I think they will not be the last life insurance company, conservative investment firm to enter this space. Joseph Young here on Twitter. This is a stunning Bitcoin statistic coming from JP Morgan strategists. Quote, if pension funds and insurance companies in the US, Euro area, United Kingdom, and Japan allocate just 1% of assets to Bitcoin, just 1% of their assets, that would result in additional Bitcoin demand of $600 billion. So where Bitcoin would be by the next block reward halving in 2024 and what percentage of gold's market cap it would eat up is astonishing to think about. And of course, many of you are familiar with this saying. We've discussed it in the past on this channel, although not recently. First, they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win. And I would say arguably we're somewhere between the fight stage and the win stage. Maybe there's kind of like an in-between acquiescence stage in that you have so many of these traditionally conservative institutions that caused a lot of the FUD with their friends and their partners over in the media world that now have no choice but to kind of adapt. And so they're kind of acquiescing to Bitcoin, albeit reluctantly, and there are certainly lone voices out there that are still opposing what it is we do, but we're on the path towards winning. There's no doubt about that. And there's no better reminder, in my opinion, at least in recent times, than to look at the successes of Grayscale, Microstrategy as well, but Grayscale, just objectively, the numbers are a lot larger. And when you take a look at what they've done, especially in 2020, it's just unbelievable. 10 charts to look back on at 2020. Here's Skew at skew.com. Institutions are finally here. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust AUM reaches $10 billion in Q4. And take a look at, even in early 2020, you still had pretty impressive numbers somewhere to the tune of $2 billion. So nothing to shake a stick at. But when you think about it, we're actually north of 10 billion right now. When you look at Grayscale's AUM, it's somewhere between 12 and 13, I believe, last time I checked it out. So an unbelievable growth, really talking about like six-fold growth or so, 5-6-fold, somewhere in that range in 2020 alone. Unbelievable. And here it is spelled out a little bit differently at Vetle Lunde here. What a year 2020 has been for Grayscale. Their AUM has increased from 2.3 billion on January 13th to now over 12 billion. That's a growth in assets under management of 430% in 11 months. And as I mentioned, perhaps MicroStrategy's raw numbers aren't as impressive as Grayscale in terms of number of Bitcoin acquired. Nonetheless, it's still an astronomically successful story that they have to tell, and you can see that their performance here in 2020 has been equally impressive. And that's also because Bitcoin's year-to-date performance has been unbelievable, 151%. Compare that to other great performances, but still lackluster compared to Bitcoin. MSTR, almost 100%, but not quite. And the NASDAQ, although it's had a great year, a banner year of nearly 40% gains, nothing can touch Bitcoin ultimately. So when you go down the list here of other assets that that performance is just all that much more impressive. Gold up only 20% on a year. Really, that should have seen it soaring in all kinds of new ways to all kinds of new record highs. The S&P 500, again, reasonable performance by traditional measures, 12.1%. That's pretty good. But nothing compares to Bitcoin, nothing compares to the opportunities right now that exist in cryptocurrency. And of course, never financial advice, but if you guys are interested to get some of the latest trading signals on Bitcoin, on Zilliqa, on all kinds of other projects, you should join our Trading Signals Telegram group. It is very active, and of course, the more people join, the more activity is going to just naturally occur organically. There's all kinds of talk. I take everything that you hear there with a grain of salt, because it always just ultimately boils down to an individual's opinion. But if you want to be part of that discussion, if you want to perhaps get some informed opinions, and that's all they are, opinions, but they are informed. And if you want to get some of those informed opinions regarding trading signals, regarding some of our favorite projects and some of the community's favorite altcoins, go ahead and join that Trading Signal Telegram group. I will pin a comment down below and you can check it out. Links will be there. You can join very easily indeed, and we welcome you to the discussion. Speaking about ZIL here on altcoinbuzz.io, the current price rally may very well be linked to the unbelievable staking numbers here with this article by Rachel. About 27.475% of the total supply of ZIL tokens are locked in staking, which is just an unbelievable metric. And as of right now, actually Zilliqa's down a little bit. It still hovers above that 3-cent mark, which is pretty important and pretty crucial, but down right now 3.8% to 3.2 cents currently. But with that in mind, let's take a look here at the rest of this piece. So with Zilliqa, you have over a quarter of all the tokens that are currently being staked. And for those that are staking their ZIL, you have APY as high as 17.7%. So that's a pretty good combination right there. To me, that signifies quite a bit of strength in terms of how people view the future of the project. As Rachel explains here, the blockchain platform also boasts some 20,320 delegates and a total of 11 staked seed nodes. So as I mentioned, the price of Zilliqa is down currently, unfortunately, but with some more information here, you can check out Rachel's opinion on where you think the price may go. We'll link to her article below. She discusses the daily RSI, the daily MACD, and some other volume indicators that, would suggest hopefully some optimism in the near future for Zilliqa, although never financial advice, guys, but do check out Rachel's opinion on the topic. And again, check out our Trading Signals group if this is something that you'd like to discuss further, because definitely ZIL is a favorite out there in the altcoin buzz army for sure. Okay, one last quick update before we wrap things up for the day. StormX at StormX.io here on Twitter with this new store alert. This one's global. Grab 4.2% crypto cash back when you shop at All Saints Live. Perfect for some last minute Xmas shopping, of course, or just upping your winter game. New store, up to 4.2% crypto cash back at All Saints. And again, guys, I've said it before, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but this is the path to mass adoption. If you are already doing your purchasing, if you're already exchanging dollars for All Saints products, if that's something that's already part of your regimen when it comes to shopping, you may as well incorporate the system that StormX is offering here, because 4.2% crypto cash back, why not? What's the alternative? Zero? So for people that are already going about their consumer habits in a certain way, they're already spending the money, they already have their favorite brands and services, go ahead, give StormX a look, take a look at what they have to offer, and start incorporating their features, their functionality, because this is just an easy way to accumulate for free. It helps boost your crypto game, and for the newbie that's entering the space, I should say, it allows them to see the advantages and all the cool features that crypto has to offer. In that sense, it works for the newbie in the space that wants to get in with the advantages and the perks that are offered, and it also works for the individual that kind of knows the space and just wants to optimize their position in it. So great news from StormX. Check out the rest of their offering. We'll link in the description below. And that is it for today, everybody, on this Monday. Do be sure you're following us on all the regular social media channels. Keep checking back into altcoinbuzz.io for all the latest. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share, hit the bell to receive notifications if you guys enjoyed today's video. Best of luck if you choose to invest. Have a great start to your week, everybody. Stay safe. And as always, we hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.